Hello everybody, it's Mindy and I'm here. I'm going to just chat real briefly about my week, my surgery a little bit, and just check in with you, let you know I'm here and how things are going. I can't really call this a whip and chat. Well, I can. I'm actually working on my expression, no. Bad Sheep Yarns Advent scarf type thing. I guess that's what we're calling it. A scarf, a shawl. It's not really a shawl. It's a long scarf. I have it. It's right here. Look, there's my colors, how they're changing. I'm at the kitchen table because I can put my right arm up on the kitchen table for support. I'm on a pillow. I'm sitting on a pillow, so I'm higher. My arm rests on the table, so it gets some extra support. It feels comfortable here. And I can crochet very, very slowly. Maybe one little row, and then I'm done. All right. It's funny. You don't realize actually how much your arm is involved in crocheting, like your whole arm. Not just your hand, not just your wrist, not just your forearm, but you really feel it up your whole entire arm. It's an interesting thing to learn. Having had the arm pain before surgery, I knew that it was, it could get tired really quick and I could feel it. And now post-surgery, I'm like, oh yeah, I can definitely feel it. So I don't do a lot and it's super slow. It's like, yarn over, put the hook in, yarn over. It's real slow. Anyhow, it's just basically at this point keeping me from being completely bored and going out of my mind. Okay, completely bored and going out of my mind. Gives me something I can do once in a while. I can only, watch so many videos and watch TV or, goodness, what else have I done? Read. Reading is interesting. Reading a physical book is interesting because, you have to hold them somehow. And it's hard to do. So anyhow, I'm just kind of crocheting a little bit here and there, a little bit in the morning usually. And then usually evening time, I'll crochet a little bit. So I'm not getting a lot done, but it's keeping me from absolutely losing my mind. So let's go back to surgery day. I was not nervous. I was not nervous until I'm actually getting there. And, I don't have I don't have a lot to show you. I have a couple clips of me before surgery and then after surgery, but that's all I got. Anyhow, I was getting out of the truck and it was snowy, of course, because it's been snowing every day here in Michigan. Snow and cold, super cold. And I'm getting out of the truck and I'm like, it doesn't hurt that bad right now. Do I have to go? Dale's like, yes, you have to go. I know it might not be hurting right now, but it will hurt later and you just got to get it done. I'm like, I know. So, I had to be there at 8:00 in the morning. Surgery wasn't until 11. And, you go and you check in and you got to, they ask a bunch of information, give them all your paperwork, blah, 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 blah. And then I went and I sat down in the lobby and they called my name. And I was like, okay, call my name. Oh, no, they sent me upstairs. First of all, I went upstairs to the surgical area and we sat down for just a few minutes and then they called my name, called me right back. I'm like, okay, it's probably like 9:00. It's like going fast, that fast, right? And I'm like, okay, so at that point, I thought that maybe Dale had to stay and I was going to lose Dale at that point. I asked the nurse who came to get me, I said, does my husband have to stay out here, or can he come with me now? Or, and she goes, oh no, if you want him to come with you, he can come with you right now if you want. You know, we're not gonna separate you if you want him with you. And I said, yeah. She goes, you're safe in your home and everything, right? I hate that question. I'm like, yes. I said, yes. And I feel much safer with him by my side than not. So yes. And she called his name and he came back with me. So, you know, then it's like, get into the gown, get into whatever, pack up your clothes, and then, you know, vitals and all that. And then one of the things I always dread is getting an IV. Ugh, I hate them. She was good. I will say she was good. Now, I don't know about you, but in the past when I've had an IV, I end up with like a great big bruise. Do you see where my IV was? I didn't think so. No, that's where it was, right in my hand. It's not that spot right there. That's just a weird age spot. But no, it left no mark. I mean, there was a little pinch for sure, but she was really good. I was like, okay. And then, you know, she got that done and all the other stuff. And then another girl comes in and she goes, so they're calling her back for her nerve block. I'm like, whoa, okay. I knew I was going to have a nerve block. And I'm like, okay, well, at that point, it's like, okay, this is where you separate from your husband, give her a kiss goodbye, you know, you'll see her after surgery, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, you know, I didn't meet the doctor. I didn't really see the anesthesiologist while I was in that room, which I thought I would. None of that kind of stuff. Just wheeled down to another area of the hospital, you know, and there were 3 of us, and we were all getting shoulder surgery. And I called us like the shoulder train, 3 of us. And we all go down and we all go in our little curtained area, you know, and one by one, we all start getting our nerve blocks. Well, I, of course, was the last one. Why did I have to be the last one? Why did I have to listen to 2 other people get this nerve block before me? By the time they came in to see me, I'm like totally freaked out because there was a man across from me and he carried on. He was like, oh, I'm like, oh my God, is it that bad? And then a lady next to me and she's like, oh, oh. I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to get through this part, you know? So it's very interesting. If you've ever had this done, you get an anesthesiologist, a nurse, the person who's actually given you this shot, she had somebody helping her, shadowing her. I think there were 5 people in the little curtained area. They bring in an ultrasound. They're ultrasounding the area that they need to get the complete, like, cluster of nerves. There's a cluster. They want to get the whole cluster in the right spot. And when the anesthesiologist came in first, I was like, yeah, that was probably not the best idea that I had to sit here and listen to 2 other people get this done before me. And she goes, I can tell by your face that you're like a little worried. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, don't worry. She says, they had other things done. She said, and the man across the hall is a little melodramatic. She says, it's not going to be that bad. I promise it'll be all right. And I'm like, okay. And it was. I mean, it really was. It wasn't terrible. It really wasn't terrible. Oh, the other thing they said is they'll give you a little fun cocktail before the nerve block. It'll be like having a couple of drinks. You'll be like, oh, and I'm like, okay, that just goes in the IV, right? I never felt that. I never felt loopy. I never felt like I, had 2 cocktails. I was like, I'm quite alert. I'm quite like, I don't know. I didn't feel that. The only thing I noticed was it was a little harder to move my lips to talk. That's the only thing I noticed. But other than that, I was clear-headed and like, I really didn't feel anything. Anyhow, get that done. Then I sat there or laid there, I guess, in my little bed for a while before it was my turn. And that's when I got to talk to the anesthesiologist. And I'm just like, I want you to just know, I tend to, I can freak out easily. Just make this happen fast. Put me to sleep. And let's just do it quick. Okay. Talk to me joke with me, whatever. And let's just make it fast. And she's like, okay, all right. So then they wheel you to another room, and you wheel into the actual surgery room. And I was surprised how much stuff there was. I remember saying that too. I was like, wow, there's so much stuff in here. And they're like, yeah, it's like we're full on. We got everything we could possibly need in here for any circumstance. And I'm like, I guess so. Then you have to move. Okay, you have to move from your bed to like this table with an arm that's already numb. I can't use my right arm. I can't use it to help me out, to move. And they understand that. And they're like, yep, we got your arm. But all you need to do is focus on like moving your hips and your feet, and we'll help you with the upper body. We'll get you over there. Okay. So, weirdest thing. The lady who's beside me, the nurse who's beside me, who's helping me, and she's got control of my right arm that won't do anything on its own. I look over, and my arm is like, well, I can't show you with my right arm, but my right arm is like up here in the air over here somewhere. And I was like, what? No, that's not my arm over there. My arm is not up there. What am I seeing? It looks like my arm, but my arm is beside me. My arm is laying beside me. It can't be over there. That can't be my arm. It's the weirdest thing. It was my arm, but I didn't feel it because I felt my arm by my side still, where I had covered up with a blanket and tried to stay warm. Weird. Anyhow, then they just had me breathe a little bit into like one of those, oxygen things. I was okay with that. I thought maybe I'd be weird with that, but I was okay with that. And then they were like, okay, we're getting ready to go. You're going to you might taste some metallic taste or, something. I'm like, okay, all right, okay. I was gone. I was done. And then it's really weird when you wake up. You're like, I woke up and here's this, a male, and he's talking to me, and I'm kind of like, He's like, you're in recovery, you're doing good, you're waking up. And I'm like, okay. So we're going to take some vitals. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And I seem to wake up fairly quickly. I also did say that I thought that my one surgery I had, I was really nauseous afterwards. So they gave me a patch behind my ear for nausea, and they gave me some medicine in my IV for nausea, so I wouldn't be nauseous waking up. I wasn't nauseous at all. I was never nauseous, so it must have worked. But yeah, I woke up and everything, and I'm assuming it was a nurse. He's like, so are you thirsty? Do you need something to drink? I'm like, yep. And he goes, what would you like? We have water, we have juice, we have soda. I'm like, you have diet? He goes, we have Diet Pepsi. I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. Yes, please. He goes, I'll be right back. He comes back with a big cup full of Diet Pepsi. And man, I just wanted to suck that right down. I remember I haven't had anything to eat or drink since midnight. And I think it's like, I don't know what time it was. Honestly, 1 o'clock maybe? I don't know for sure. Seems like maybe 1 o'clock. But man, that was the best tasting Diet Pepsi I've tasted in a long time. It was wonderful. I loved it. So then he's like, okay, well, he kept holding the cup for me and let me just have more sips and checking vitals. And he's like, well, you're doing pretty good. He said, everything looks good. He said, we're going to move you over to stage 2 of recovery. And that's where, you'll get dressed and everything and get ready to go home. And I'm like, okay. I said, do I have to get dressed on my own, or will my husband be there, or how's that work? And he goes, oh, no. We have a dresser. She's wonderful. This is what she does. She helps people get dressed. She's great. She'll get you all hooked up because she's going to hook you up to your ice and all kinds of stuff and your sling. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we get over there, and she was wonderful. She was fun. She was funny. She was easy to talk to, and she helps me get dressed. I mean, they had said have like a shirt to button up maybe, But I was like, do I need the button-up shirt? And she's like, no, your t-shirt thing's just, you're fine with that. We'll work with that. We'll get you in there. So I put it's a shirt like this one, you know, just a little t-shirty type thing. Got me in the t-shirt. Dog's whining. You're the dog whining, of course. Got me in my t-shirt, and then she hooks me up with this ice machine stuff. It's all wrapped around me, all this band around me, and a big old pad up over my shoulder, and then the sling, and it's just I'm just sitting there like. So then at that point, they had called Dale back, and she was just like, yep, we're getting everything hooked up here, she says. So this is how the sling kind of goes. This is for the ice, and she's explaining to him. She says, before you take anything off, I suggest you take pictures. Then you'll know how to put it all back on and stuff. And he's like, okay, all right. Anyhow, got that all done. She did not help me with pants. She did leave before pants. He helped me with my pants, but you know, got my pants on, my boots on, and things like that. And then he took off to go get the truck. And I get into the wheelchair, and I get my little ride down and all that fun stuff. And that was it. Now my arm is completely numb. I feel nothing in this whole arm, hand, everything. Not a thing. Let me deal with these dogs, and I'll be back. Probably going to hear clicky clacky, clicky clacky. They're wandering all over. They think it's time for dinner, and it's not. It's only 4:30. Okay. But anyhow, my arm is completely numb all the way down to my hand. I can't feel a thing. So it's useless. But we get home and all that. And they had pain meds already, a prescription filled and everything right there. And my ice machine, it's an interesting thing. It's a great big canister that you put water and ice in, and then this hose circulates the cold water. It goes through and it goes into this big pad type thing, and then it comes back out and goes back into the reservoir, I guess, what you call it. Interesting. I have used that. They said to use that pretty much continual for the first 3 days. Keep it, you know, iced pretty good. And I wouldn't have known if it was iced or not because I couldn't feel anything. And I didn't like it. I hated it. I'll just tell you, I hated that part. I realized it was keeping me from feeling any pain, but I hated it because not being able to feel your hand, not being able to feel your fingers, is not fun. And my hand was hot. It was hot. And my fingers were just swollen. I mean, they still are. I can't get them up any higher. They're still swollen, but they were just hot. And I can't move them, and I can't do anything, and I can't get out of the sling. And I'm like, ugh. So the first 3 days, I don't know. It kind of was a blur. I mean, I didn't really leave the couch. I was miserable because I couldn't feel my fingers, couldn't feel my hand, couldn't do anything, couldn't move. I'm just like, Anyhow, I made it to Saturday, and things start waking up, you know, little tingly here, little tingly there. Every once in a while, like a little, like a shock, like, oh, okay, I felt that, you know. Anyhow. I had decided I was trying to not use the narcotic pain medication. I wanted to see if I could just get by with Tylenol and Motrin. So I did. That's what I've been doing. Tylenol and Motrin. Alternate every 3 hours. So, yeah. It hurts sometimes. One spot, right here, right there. And it's warm to my touch right now. I can feel it through my 2 shirts I have on even. But it's not unbearable. It's not unbearable. If it was unbearable, I would take the other, pain med that they gave us. But I'm just getting by with it. And I'm up and around. I was able to get up and take off all of the dressing and all that stuff on day 4, like after 3 days. So day 4, I get up and I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's get out of these clothes I've been in for 3 days and let's get all this off. And I'm taking a shower, right? I want to take a shower because I can. And so that was weird because I don't know what it is, but my arm's now coming back. It's waking up. Stuff's going on. I'm taking all the dressing off, and I was just like, I'm so nauseous. I am so nauseous. Not that I'm weird about seeing, surgical things or sites or stitches or, any of that stuff. Had nothing to do with that. Dale's like, yeah, it's just taking that off, exposing everything. It's a whole different, I said, let me just go lay down. Let me just go lay down for a little bit. And I just laid down for a little bit and it just subsided and I was fine and got up, took my shower, and that was it. It was just a whole rush of, I don't know, adrenaline. And I don't know what does that, but whew, I was like, oh man. Anyhow, took my shower, got showered, had help. I can't shower by myself. So, I felt good to do that, just getting clean clothes and whatnot. And then I've been trying to just do things around the house. I try to get up, not do a ton of stuff, but just get up, walk around, move around. Day 3, or it's day 4, actually, they want me doing exercises. I mean, I'm already doing exercises. Like you do the let your arm hang and do circles like this, little pendulum. And then you go back and forth like this, just, I would rather do that than let it just stiffen up completely, So I don't know. That's how it's been going. So there are times when I'm just like, okay, it hurts. Okay, it hurts. And then I'll look at the clock and I'll be like, well, of course it hurts right now. You're about 20 minutes away from medication time. Of course, right? So I just kind of grin and bear it for a little while. And then I'm like, okay, give me some more meds on board here and everything will be all right, Stir crazy, yes. Going stir crazy. It hasn't even been a week yet, and I'm ready to get out of this house. So today, I had a package to take to the drugstore, our UPS drop-off spot. And I had one of my rings repaired, and it was back at the jeweler, and I wanted to go pick it up. Here it is. Oh, I can't show it to you. Hang on. I can't lift that hand up to show it to you, but it's this ring right here. It lost one of the diamonds, and so it needed a little repair. And it looks beautiful. It's all shiny and clean, and it's beautiful. I can wear my rings on my left hand. I can't wear my rings on my right hand, although I just put this on my right hand because I put it on a different finger. I put earrings in today. Dale put my earrings in for me. Dale put my necklace on for me. I'm starting to feel human. Took a shower today again. Worked on getting some of the tape off. I had all this sticky tape up in here, Oh, gross. So he helped me get some of that off. So my hair's not sticking to it. I'm feeling human. But I think getting in the truck and going down the road and bouncy was like, that was too much. My arm didn't like it. So I was like, yeah, okay, well, maybe I'm not doing that again for a little while. Anyhow, it's a process for sure. It's a process. Hard to believe that I'm not even a week in. I have 4 to go after this. 5 weeks. Next Monday, this is Tuesday, so next Monday I get to go back, see the doctor, and they'll check it all out and see what they think, how things are looking and all that. I mean, I have no padding, no bandages, nothing. Just under here, there's 5 holes, stitches, and the most beautiful, beautiful colors you could ever imagine. We got all kinds of colors going on that shoulder. It's so pretty. But, yeah, that's how it's going. I don't know if they'll have me do anything else after I see them, besides just these like arm circle things or whatnot. I want to go to the gym. I want to just go walk on the treadmill. We were thinking about maybe doing it tomorrow, but after today's trip into town, just to go drop off a package and pick up my ring. I was like, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. So we'll play it by ear. We shall play it by ear. But now I just want to get up and if nothing else, I just want to walk around my house. Just walk around my house, walk around my house, walk around my house. So I've been trying to do that. And just get all of this stuff moving. I mean, everything is so swollen and everything still. And I'm retaining all kinds of stuff. We got to get it flowing, get it moving, you know? And, you know, when you have surgery, they put that tube down your throat and it goes down into your lungs and all that. I have been coughing like crazy and coughing stuff up because, you know, I was sick right after Christmas before surgery and I just had that cough and nothing was happening. Well, it is now. Now it is. So just coughing stuff up, which is good, I suppose, you know, getting that out of there. But I was surprised how much I'm coughing, you know, stuff up. But interesting. Oh, then when we were at the jeweler's, look, I have no rings on this hand now. You can see the lines where my rings go. Because I was talking about how pretty this one is now. It's all clean and everything. And how terrible our hard water is on all of my jewelry. And I took off my 2 rings. I took off my, oh, that snow blowing. Man, it looked like something was smoking over there. It's just snow. Okay. Took off my sapphire ring. I had her look at that because it's getting a real thin band. And so she was going to do an estimate for redoing the band. And then I also left my wedding ring because they're going to clean both of them and really thoroughly clean them and get that hard water calcification stuff off the stones and whatnot. But it takes about 24 hours to do that, they said. So I left my rings there and they're going to clean them up really good and, you know, make them beautiful like this one. So I can wear those when I get them back. But anyhow, that's how things have been going. I just thought I'd check in and tell you my little stories. You know, how it's been going, how I'm feeling. I mean, I feel okay. I would feel better. I mean, this will stop. I know it will stop. It's not like it's terrible, but I just got to give it time. And I'm not a very patient person. So I feel really weird. Dale's doing all the cooking because I can't cook. Doing all the dishes because I can't do the dishes. Vacuumed the house the other day because I can't do that. It's a weird thing. Sorry. See, here's that stuff. Sorry. It feels weird to feel helpless. Like I can't do stuff. You know, I can't do things for myself. I can go get myself some Diet Pepsi only if the bottle's been opened already. If the bottle hasn't been opened yet, I can't open it. But I'm like, the first 3 days, I just felt terrible. Like I've got to take meds every 3 hours. And Dale's sleeping. And I'm like, I'm stuck to the couch because I have the ice machine attached to me. And you have to unhook it to get up, to go to the bathroom, to do anything. And I start feeling really bad. Like I'm too needy and I need to be more independent and I can't, and I don't like it. So, but Dale's been doing a great job. He's been doing a great job of taking care of me. He's not complaining at all. And godsend, you know what I mean? So one day at a time. And I knew, you know, I was going to have to go through some stuff to get to the other side. And I said, I'm just going to have a positive attitude that I'm going through this and it's all for good and it's going to be better in the end. So we've made it over some hurdles, got a couple more hurdles to get through. And then it's just going to be like, I'm good. You know, it's all good now. Anyhow, that's about all I got, folks. And in that whole time, I'll show you. I told you I'm very, very slow. I crocheted 1 row from here to about here. Okay? I did this much in all that amount of time. Yeah. But like I said, it's keeping me occupied, giving me something to do. So I'm not just sitting, vegetating. And, you know, I get up and walk around as much as I can. So, all right. If that was boring, sorry. You know, you don't have to listen. Some people like to know. I don't know. So just wanted to share. And I'll be around. We're going to do our giveaway on Saturday for DP Christmas elves. No. See, excuse me. The brain is a little foggy. It really is. It's a little foggy. Smashing the specials, week 4, and grand prize. We'll do that on Saturday. I mean, I went live last Saturday, but I was still numb Saturday. Anyhow, yeah, we'll do that. So things will be a little different for a while, but you know, it's okay. It's all right. It's life. Thanks for hanging out and listening to my story. And thanks for not sharing any horror stories with me before surgery because, yeah, I didn't need to hear any horror stories before surgery. I was calm, I was cool, I was collected, like I said, until the morning when I was headed in. And I was like, do I really have to go? It doesn't hurt that bad right now. Do I really have to go? He's like, yes, you do. Oh, here comes a deer. There's a deer. Oh, here comes another one across the front yard. They're coming through the front yard, and they're coming around over on the other side of the pond. If I flip you around, maybe you'll get to see them. Let's see if they come through here. Hang on. Where are the little deer? I don't. Oh, here he comes. There he goes. Oh, there he goes. You see him? There's one. There's another one, too. I don't know where the other one is. Anyhow. Out there in the cold, frigid, snowy. Where'd the other one go? I don't know where it went. Oh, well. Thought I'd show you some deer, but guess not. We got snow, folks. We got snow. Oh, here it comes. Oh, 2 of them. There they go. Yep, this is my world. Snow and deer and birds and yeah. All right, I'll be seeing you guys soon. Have a good day and stay warm because I know it's cold everywhere. See you soon.